I'll come back to you either, in a few minutes or immediately and so forth. Any questions so far? Nothing. Good. Okay. Okay. So before we go into the situational awareness and what to do, you need to understand what happens to your body under stress. A couple of things happen to your body immediately. First of all, you stop breathing. Okay? You look in something, you go, okay, and you're basically holding your breath. So that means you're going to be breathing very shallow. How shallow? Usually a third of normal. Okay, what we call 30% volume capacity. At that point, a couple of things happen to you immediately. First thing, you're going to be tunnel vision. How much tunnel vision? On average, the maximum you're going to see is about the size of a toilet paper roll. Okay, that's all you're going to see. Okay, there's not enough air in the system to process the information. The next thing you're going to see, the next thing is going to happen to you called sensory deprivation, which means people are talking to you, you just don't understand what they're saying. Okay, not enough air. Not enough air because you're not breathing. The next thing is going to happen is all your fine motor skills, basically going through the window, everything is going to be big, gross motor skills. Okay, because that's all you're going to have. Not enough air. And one of the last thing you experience what we call time dilation. Time dilation means that you think you've been doing it forever, you've been going at it forever. It's probably been a couple of seconds. Okay, to overcome or at least manage this. This will happen to you regardless of the how good you are. In order to overcome this or manage it, you need to breathe. It sounds easy. It just like anything else requires practice. If you just say, okay, back away, that's all you're going to get is that much air. If you say, back away, you're like, oh, suddenly, more voice, okay, you're freaking out people, but you're getting more air, the tunnel gets bigger, okay? Tunnel gets bigger, you can see better, and the more important thing is you're able to do cognitive thinking. That's what's the important thing, okay? Any questions so far? Okay? How you present yourself, how you stand and present yourself and what you're transmitting makes a big difference, okay? If I'm standing like this, okay, and I'm talking to you like this, what do you think what do you guys feel from your side? Open your mics, tell me.
Shy, intimidated.
Shy, intimidated, yeah, why do you think I'm shy?
Hunched over, looking.
Yeah, you're like hunching your shoulders, looking down.
Yes, what else?
No eye contact.
No eye contact, exactly. Hunched over, right? Someone already said, okay, I'm feeling like very small, okay? I'm transmitting basically that I'm a victim. So a person that is, even that he wasn't planning to attack, he feels empowered. Empowered enough to strike, okay? Empowered enough to take action against me. If I'm standing from here, like this, now what do you think?
That you're able to hold your ground.
Hold the ground, yes. And what else?
Strong and fearless.
Why? Why is that?
Just this eye contact.
Yeah, the eye contact.
Eye contact, correct.
Have your hands like up, like you're ready to defend yourself.
Ready to go, right? It's a different perspective, different projection. Okay, and that's a projection you want to have. Is like you'll be firm. I'm not, necessarily like really aggressive, going around your chest forward. But basically, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. That's what you want to transmit. Okay. We're going to practice this. Okay. If you have a camera, we can review it. If not, that's fine too. But basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say I'm going to address it as if you were a righty. Okay. If you're a lefty, you just do mirror image of everything that I say. So if I'm standing normally here from the side, okay, what we call neutral stance, shoulder width, I'm going to take a half a step forward with my left leg, okay? The heel of the back leg is going to be off the ground. Hands are up, down, leaning forward, like I'm going to push against the wall. Okay, eyes on the person's eyes. Okay, I want to see what's happening in there. Okay, this is all I'm trying to do. Okay, so I'm going to relax. When I say go, we're going to go into that position. Okay, ready, go. Good. And back. Ready, go. One more time, go. Good. So, good. At least from what I see is good. So this is my position. Okay, what we call power stance, fighting stance. You can choose your nomenclature. In a verbal confrontation, and 80% of all confrontations, okay, are verbal. Okay, F this, blah, 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 yelling this and that and that. 20% is physical. Okay, so in a verbal confrontation, who do you think is going to win? Or even with a physical confrontation, who do you think is going to win? There's no wrong answers. Just throw ideas. Remember, I'm here. We're doing like a interactive approach.
The fastest person.
The fastest person. What else? Come on, throw ideas. There's no bad ideas.
Like the louder.
The louder person. Okay. What else? I need at least 4 or 5 more. I need to hear.
Don't forget to unmute yourself if you want to shout out an answer.
You can shout. You can be very loud and shout. What do you think, ladies, gentlemen? Come on, give me something.
Maybe the calmest person?
The calmest person, okay. The craziest person wins. Absolutely, hands down, the craziest person wins. Okay? Crazy people, they may be out there, but their sole focus right now is you and destroying you. That's it. And if you're not getting to that level against them, you already lost. It's really that simple. You or them. Their commands are given, and you have to be at that level of focus. Okay? And frankly, no one wants to mess with crazy people. Right? It's really that simple. So what we're going to do, and you can turn your mics, you can turn off your mics, is working on our verbal approaches. Okay? When I'm standing when I'm going to be standing in my power stance, fighting stance, I want to do, basically I want to say 3 things. I want to say, what do you want? Loud. Okay? Next, I want to say, back away. The next thing I want to say, back away now. Louder, louder, and louder. That's all I want to see. The only reason I'm asking first, what do you want? I want to see where it's going. If I don't like where it's going, we're done talking. There's nothing to talk about here. I'm going to be like a broken record, and I'm going to transmit the same message, back away. Okay? I don't care if they're yelling, F you, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. Okay? What matters is you standing here, and the camera will see you standing here, and you're yelling. And if you're saying just back away now, okay? Like I'm standing here, and we'll talk about how we got to there. But I'm here. It's like, what do you want? Back away now! Back away now! Back away now! That's all you're transmitting. Okay? A couple of things happen to your body. You got more energy, right? You got more oxygen because you were loud. The amount of air you exhale is the same amount of air you inhale. Okay? You are pumped, muscles are ready to address a fight or flight situation. From there on, we'll see what happens with the other person. Okay? Most time, I feel okay. Remember, this person who's yelling at you usually thinks that you are weak. And then you go crazy on them. And that's going to have a pause. And like, they might need to retreat. Okay? You stand your ground. But they might need to retreat. Okay? And usually the way they're going to retreat is, F you, blah, 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 blah. And eventually they're moving. That's what they're looking at. Make sense? Any questions so far? Okay? You can just practice this at home. yelling in front of the mirror, see how you look, what you transmit. It's gonna look weird, but it's pretty cool. It's fun, okay? But that's what you transmit is really what they're getting. If you convince them not to bash your head into a wall or rape you or something, then you already won. If not, then it's gonna go to the next level, which will be physical confrontation. Any questions so far? Okay. Okay. So before we go into physical, a lot of the situation is what we call situational awareness. Okay. Situational awareness means what you feel and how do you perceive the environment. Okay. Jacob, can I borrow a sec? When you have a delivery guy, okay? When you have a delivery guy that, comes to give you a package, okay? Amazon, FedEx, whatever, lots of Amazon these days, right? So forth. Hey, can you send him? And stuff, okay? Notice what he did. He extended his hands. That's a natural response of the body. He doesn't know you, I don't know him, right? Put your hands up. We're basically about two arm lengths away. At a 2 arm lengths away, I can see from the bottom of his shoes to the top of his head. Does he look like a delivery guy? Okay. Does he feel, where's his truck? Where's his car? I can assess the situation. I have room. Okay. That's the ideal. When I step into him, okay, even he's not feeling comfortable, okay? Into his face and all that stuff, okay? And you feel that weird feeling, because I see some of you looking, they will go, okay? Which is normal. That means that feeling that you feel, thank you, Jacob, that means something is wrong. Your body is transmitting to you something is wrong, okay? Remember, we are hunter-gatherers. We rely on all of our senses, not just what we see, what we hear, what we smell. Something is off. When I have that weird feeling, I'm going on the street and I have that feeling, something is off. Stop, assess, and see what's happening. Yes, it might be weird. Yes, you might be late. Who cares? Okay? Because we work a lot with law enforcement, with SVU, Special Victims Unit, and pretty much the script that we hear is the same, unfortunately. I had a feeling that I proceeded anyway, and I got boom, 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 choose your poison. That means they knew something was off, and they proceeded anyway. Because it's not cool, I don't have time for this, boys don't do this, girls don't do this, I look stupid, whatever, whatever. Look stupid and be alive. It's very simple. The equation is very, very simple here. Make sense? Questions? Good. So as we're walking, come over here. How do we walk? Okay. What you want to do is the following. Squat. Okay, walk here. So just walk here. I am scanning. I'm basically, as I'm walking, I'm scanning from the bottom of his shoes to the top of his head and back. It's just basically I'm doing this with my eyes. I'm not staring at him, I'm looking. Two things are happening. I'm transmitting that I'm alert, and B, I'm collecting data. As I go forward and I look, everyone, okay, the information is collected. So something that if something is off, you'll feel that weird feeling that something is off. But this way, you at least, you deter probably the most of the attackers. Because remember, the attackers, most of them are, if we're talking about in general, crime of opportunity, okay? If they are targeting a specific gender, ethnic group, whatever, they also want to attack the weakest point, okay? It's like, wild animals, right? You never see the lion attacking the strongest in the herd. It's going to attack the weakest in the herd. How do they know? They see the behavior. If the behavior that is, I'm lost, I'm in my little element, looking at my phone, headset in, okay, and all I can see is, the 4 or 5 inches of the screen, this is a perfect person to attack. Why? They don't even see me coming. But if I'm walking and I'm looking, and also if I'm walking forward and I periodically look back, okay, in a random manner, okay, you're transmitting that you're alert, that you see what's happening and so forth. Make sense? Okay, these are your basic approaches, just basic approaches to everything. Just seeing and avoiding, because the more we can avoid, the better we are. It's really that simple. You're going to your car at night, okay, you're doing a quick run, the grocery store, whatever, you're going to your car and you have this weird feeling, stop and assess. Stop and assess, even to a point where I'm not feeling comfortable, go inside, see if someone can come and help with you. I know it's going to take time. You're probably going to be late. Who cares? You see what I'm saying? If I'm going to a vehicle, yeah, it's a small car, but it's just a representation. But the vehicle is parked forward, okay? This is the trunk, okay? Driver's side, passenger side, second row. If I'm coming from this side, okay, I'm coming through here, I just want to show you what I do. I go, let's say I have a bag. My goal is to put the bag in the trunk, go and start the car. That's what I'm trying to do, yeah? Very simple daily approach. So if I have a bag, I'm going actually very wide, looking to see what's happening on the other side. I see this is clear. This I saw that it's clear on approach. Open the trunk, put it inside, okay? Then I go and look into the second row. After that, I'm opening the car, starting my car, okay? The reason I'm going wide, because the attackers know as well as we do that once I'm opening that trunk and putting stuff in it, the maximum I'm going to see is this much. I'm not going to see them coming, and they're going to be very close. Where would they hide? The wheel well, very, very close, okay? The thing, so that avoids, if I have an issue here, I have enough space to disengage and run or do whatever I need to do, or yell or so forth. Okay, I need space if I can. Okay. Second thing is I want to look into the second row. Okay, we had, but 2 years ago, just before the corona, we had a number of cases where, okay, it was a cold night. A student went to a car, went to a class. You know, that's a remote car. They locked the car. They thought they locked the car. They actually opened the car. You know, a homeless person was basically trying to find a place to sleep. Okay, he's going, checking every car. That car was open. He went to the second row and just fell asleep. Okay, 2 hours later, the person comes in. You know, the lady comes in. She just comes in. She's tired, been working all day. She comes in. She starts the car. Okay, lights come up, noise. The person wakes up. She sees him. She's already strapped in. Okay, she sees her, starts yelling. He looks at her. He got scared, pulled the edged weapon, cut her, and left. She lost an eye. Okay, that could have been avoided by just looking to see what's inside. And most of the time, the vast majority, nothing will happen. There's no one there. At one point, okay, in the unlikely event that something happened, at least you're not going to a confined area where you have very, very little room to maneuver. Okay, as I said, avoidance is 80% of the issue. Any questions so far? Comments? Does that make sense? Okay. Then we're gonna, run through this stuff really quickly. But in case we have a physical competition, okay? If I'm standing here and telling back away now, yes, hit it. Okay. Long range weapons, kicks. okay? Impact between shoelaces to the bottom of the knee. Imagine I have gum on my shoe, lift it a little bit higher, okay? I'm going to bring it up. Imagine I have gum on my shoe. I want to flip it off, bring it back. That's all I want to do. Best defense against everything is always kick to the groin, okay? That's what I want to do. We'll go very, very quickly on this. Come in here, exhale on impact. Hands up, already where we're talking. That's what I want to see, okay? Kicks, depends on your height. Long range weapon, 3 to 4 feet. Closer than this, medium range. Punches. I'm standing here, the person doesn't reply, I'm punching from here. Palm heel strikes. Punching through, okay? You can exhale loudly. You can also say, get off of me, get off of me, okay? You need to breathe. Exhale and an impact. Again, palm heel strikes, the power comes, body rotation. Doesn't matter how big you are, the matter is how fast you can rotate. Okay, so if I'm punching, and if he's standing at 12 o'clock, my body rotates from 12 to 2 with the left, come back to 12, and on the right from 12 to 10. Okay? Come back. Come back. Come back. Questions? Okay? Primarily, as I said, if I'm standing forward, come back. Come back. Kicking. Okay? But hands. Okay? If you have the distance and kick, better be kicking. If you can, punching. Okay? Any questions so far? Put it down. Thank you. You need to be in a mindset of attack the attacker. Okay? Understand that whenever you feel threatened, you can defend yourself, and even on a legal point of view, by acting first. You don't need to wait until they hit you, cause you damage, and then you react. If you feel threatened and you punch them out, okay, punch yourself, or he came and you kicked, fine. That is still a definition of self-defense. Understand? Questions? It's a very subjective. Yes.
So when you do your kick, do you keep your both arms in front of you, or do you bring one arm behind to sort of counterbalance the kick?
I keep them high. I kick this way.
Okay.
The balancing is done with my body rotating back and forth. But that's a very good question.
Thank you.
I don't know how this ends, because we were not necessarily in a competition. I know Muay Thai style, they do this because it creates power. But I understand that we're already in a fight. So by why I'm doing this and he's moving to the side and hitting, I have no protection.
Thank you.
Okay, that makes sense? Thank you. Good question. So that's what I'm saying about punching and kicking. Okay? Your approach to self-defense should be very simple. Forgiveness, not permission. You don't wait for them to hit you and then you think what to do. You rather just hit him and say, I'm sorry. Then got hit and got punched and I should have acted first. You're not going to get a second chance. No, not even close. Okay? It's just a mindset. Your mindset should be, you come first, you're not my, and whatever I'm going to do, that's it. Your commands are given, my commands are given, done. Okay, I didn't start the kick unless I felt threatened. Yes, any questions?
I have a question. So does the height of the attacker make a difference in how you strike them?
The height of the attacker? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
The height of the attacker makes less of a difference. What makes a difference is my distance from the attacker. See what I'm saying? If I don't know what to do and where to strike, it's a good question. Groin or face? That's it. Groin or face. If I'm Jacob, can I borrow him? I'm not gonna drop him, but look, let's say the person, if I'm here and I have space, kick, he bends, right? Punch him, get out. Okay? If I'm standing here and I can't punch him high, but I'm close, hit. It still bends. It doesn't matter. It just, as I said, groin or face. That's all good. If you were dealing with a taller person, hit him to the groin first. Leg, hand, grab, pull, all good. Man or female, it doesn't matter. Okay, good. See what I'm saying? So yeah, he has his game, you have your game. Your game is just basically, hit and get out. How long do you think a confrontation is going to last?
30 seconds?
30 seconds. What else?
A minute?
A minute. What do you think?
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Jacob, come over here. We have a confrontation, okay? Whatever the confrontation was, I don't know what they should. Punch, done. We're done. 3 to 5 seconds, that's all you have. Why 3 to 5 seconds? Because that's how long it will take for his friend to jump on you. And now you're going to be in a 2-to-1 situation. Thank you. Make sense? Think about a sprint versus a marathon. In and out fast. Because your goal is not to fight him in the ring. Your goal is to go home safe. That is your goal. Okay? Not always I need to address it with physical confrontation, even the physical striking. Sometimes they just grab my hand, okay? In any case, I don't want to be here. Okay, we can talk from here. I don't need you to grab me. Okay? So in this situation, he's very strong here and here. He's weak at the point of connection. Okay? How do I deal with a stronger person? I go fast. Okay? Formula of force is mass times acceleration. My mass is what my mass is. I can't really change it. I can change the speed that I'm doing this. That I can change. That I can control. So what I'm doing here, okay, is a rotational motion. Horizontal rotation side to side. I'm bringing my elbow to his elbow. And come back and move. Because the person that is grabbing wants to grab again. He lost the control for something. He wants to do it again, and I'm coming here. It's like, hey, back off. Okay? Hey, crazy. I just wanted to say, hey, I wanted to show you that. Fine. You can show me with your eyes, and I don't need you to grab me. Make sense? Same thing across. Same thing will happen on the other side. Okay? I'm just going to bring the thumb up, elbow to the inside elbow. Boom. Same side. This. Other side. That. It's exactly the same. Okay? When we are moving, okay, rule of thumb in any kind of movement, okay, dancing, martial arts, all that stuff, go with the flow. If he's pulling me and I'm going with it, I'm not resisting. Because then it's going to be a tug of war, whoever's strongest wins. I go with him. And I do this, and then I, hey, stop, back away. That's what I want to see. Understand? You'll have to feel where it's going. If I am going, if he's pushing forward, hey, back away. All I did from here, so you can see from this angle, yeah, if I push, okay? Imagine I'm like a waiter carrying, a tray. Go with the flow, moving to the side. Where is his point of connection? Here. I'm cutting through, thumb in. Push, I go, one. That feels like a dance move. The key is speed. Speed and flow of motion. It doesn't matter how big he is, the question is where you move. Okay? And of course, if he's pulling and this doesn't work, of course, hit, and then he releases. Understand? I can always escalate or de-escalate my approach. I'm starting low, but we call soft techniques. I don't want to hit him unless he forces me to hit him. But I choose what to do. He surprised me and pulled, okay? And then I go, boom. That's what I'm trying to do, okay? If I felt I lost it, I couldn't control it, fine. He pulled, right? I'm standing here. Oh, back away, back away. That's what I want to do. I know we're really rushing through it, but I just want to show you concepts. And we can always do like another, class, a dedicated class via Zoom or others, or just, if you are in the area, come to our studio. Right now, it assumes that we're doing one hand on one hand. What happens when he grabs with two hands? Is very strong. There is no point of connection because they're locked. That's C-clamped. Shake my hand, elbow. Again, I'm going inside, shake my hand, and elbow. I'm the same motion. I just need another point to rotate side to side. Not my hand, my entire body rotates. Like I have a cast and I am rotating on a hinge. Okay, and all I need to do this fast and move back. Questions? Make sense? Side to side, bring the elbow up, shoulder, one, rotating. Okay, if I imagine they're grabbing my hand, two hands from here, I'm going to shake my hand, okay, elbow up, rotate, and back. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? Don't try to pull it. Try to lift it and body turns. You see how the body turns, eyes on him, because I want to see what's happening. Questions? If he's grabbing both my hands, okay, I told him stop and he's going here, I go low. Point of connection is here. I'm cutting down slowly. Point of connection is here. Two. If the grab is low, I go fast. And again, I'm moving away, back away. Okay, that's all I'm doing. So if hands are low, you go high. Hands are high, you go low. And what happens when he doesn't release? Shake his hand, punch, punch, get out. I try to be nice, he doesn't listen. Then we teach him, groin or face or both. Questions? Thank you. So I gave you all some concepts, at least to see when we can start with. And again, these are very basic concepts. They work very well. I'll open this remaining time we have for questions. Anything that you're particularly interested that I can answer. Anything?
I have a question.
Sure.
So I saw a recent attack on, like, somebody was in an elevator and then the attacker came into the elevator and then, like, started attacking them. So if you're in an enclosed space and you can't run away, what would be like the best way to like guard off somebody and like, for kind of a longer amount of time? Or what would you recommend?
If you went into a physical confrontation in a confined area, can I borrow Jacob? You basically go, everything works. If I'm coming, as I said, long range weapons, kicks, medium range, punches, close to this, elbows, knees, headbutt, biting, spitting, taking their eyes out. Everything that you need to do, you go crazy on them, go medieval, okay? Until they want to crawl in a ball of that thing and you just go evil until, the elevator stops. It's unfortunate, it's very common, primarily against women, that the attacker feels, empowered in a confined area until they unleash on him. And then he's just dying to get out. He'll open the door for you. It's going to be that kind of weird stuff. And that doesn't matter if he stands from behind and he starts grumbling, if you tell him back off, he still continues, fine. No questions here. Okay, there's no soft techniques. Okay, I'm here, hit, punch, take that. I want that. I want him thinking about this, calling his whatever, and trying to get out, because he's going to start pushing that button to open up really fast. Is that tells you crazy people win?
Thank you.
I have a question. What if, say, you got shoved to the ground? What would be the best response to recover from getting shoved to the ground?
It's a very good question. You know, we have a whole classes that address this, but I'm just going to quickly show you. Let's say I ended up on the floor, how I ended and fell, and how to go down in a controlled manner. Obviously, we don't have time, but let's say if we are on the floor, okay, I ended up on the floor and I can kick, I can move, I want to be in front of him, I want to, you know, do a lot of things. But if I see an opportunity to get up, I can get up. If I see an opportunity and I can get up with one hand and one hand protecting me, I can do that. Obviously, it takes some training. It's not a difficult technique. Like anything else, step by step by step, we teach that all the time for the beginner class. Does that sort of answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Anything else? I know we're running out of time, but I'll be more than happy to take a question or two. Okay.
But if the attacker has a knife, then you can't really use your hand to just like push him like up front, right? Because his knife is kind of in the way.
Again, it depends on if it's a knife that it's a threat or it's a knife that is actually stabbing. You know, we have different approaches. If there's a, just grab this. Okay, if it's coming from the top, for example, punch, okay, I'm going to do the addressing it the same. If it's below per second, 2, 3, hit, I can come back. There's different things. If you're just standing and threatening, give me your money, get into the car, shut up, 1, 2, I hit. There's other options. Okay. So obviously we can't, you know, run through them. But again, I just addressing it in a very broad approach. They're really either they're going to attack it with their knife, which means I'm not worried about the knife. I'm going to be worried about the hand that moves. And the defense against the hand that moves is the same the defense against the knife. Why? Because I don't care about the knife. I care about the hand that actually does things. It might be that the knife is here and he's slapping me and then I go here. I'm worried about that, not the knife. The knife is irrelevant. So it's what we call totality of circumstances. But that's a very good question. Then we're going to wrap up. I really want to thank for Tiffany and I forgot your name. So
Esther, but that's okay.
Esther, that's right. It's the hair bothers me. So I really want to thank you for putting it together and share that I could share a little bit with you guys. We do have Zoom classes. We do have physical locations. We do private Zoom places where we can just organize. Feel free to visit us on KravMagaOC.com and just email me or my partner Larry at KravMagaOC.com or Yuri, Y-U-R-I, at KravMagaOC.com. We also have women's seminar. If you go to our website on our main page, our homepage, we have upcoming women's seminar. I believe it's in May 1st. You can register for that. We cover a lot of the information we covered here, plus more. Something that is worth looking at.
And I think, I mean, there's a lot of Krav Maga, like you're part of an association that has studios everywhere in the nation. So for people who are, you know, in New York or in the different parts of the world, you know, I think
we belong to an association. It's called Krav Maga Worldwide. It's the largest association in the United States. I think over 210 to 120 schools throughout the United States. There are some good associations there. We can, you know, if you want us to check it out for you, just, you know, sort of give you our opinion, feel free to email us, feel free to find us on social media. And we'll be more than happy to say, hey, we know them, they're great, not sure who they are, but we know this association, they're usually very good, and so forth. We've been around for 27 years here in the United States. My partners opened this up in '92. I joined them in about 2001. I came from overseas. I trained My wife was an American diplomat. We did 3 tours overseas, and I trained both the U.S. and the Israeli security forces, and of course, numerous seminars that we put for different occasion and targeted and custom training. So we're more than happy to work with you and check us out.
Thanks, Yuri. Esther, do you want to close this up? Talk about.
Yeah. Yuri, would you mind if we take a group photo with you? If we can we take a group photo? Okay. And then if everybody would like to turn on their camera so you can be on the video, let's put up our best self-defense pose, our stance. I think that would be good. So let me wait for everybody to turn on their cameras and I will take a screenshot. Might be hard to do that, but.
All right, a couple more videos can be turned on.
Do my shouting here.
Yeah. Back up.
Back away.
Yeah, you really have to be like, you look like. Okay, let's see. I think I can hide. Okay, that might be the best we can do. Anybody else want to join us for video? Peter, Joanna, Cole, anybody? Betty? Other Betty?
Betty.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Okay. Yuri, come closer because you're so far away. Come closer. Now you can see your, yeah, okay. Well, I might just have to do one hand.
One hand.
Yeah, I don't know, unless I use my feet. I'm gonna use my feet, guys. Okay. All right, I'm ready. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let me see if I got that. Let me do one more just in case, but I did get it with my feet, guys. Okay. All right, one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Awesome.
Okay, great. Yeah, so thank you, Yuri, so much for all that information that you shared with us. I hope you guys learned, will retain some of those strategies and tips for how to stay safe when you're approaching your car, when you're by yourself, when you're just walking. Those are things that they kind of make sense, but then you don't think about them. So it was really great that you brought those up so that we could just kind of be more aware when we're out and about. So please feel free to share those tips with your family and your friends, help keep them safe. We do want to share 2 events that we have coming up in Orange County. There is one on the 27th, that's next Saturday. It is our guide to investing in your first home. So if you're interested, you can check out our Facebook. And then there's another event on April 7th. That's a Friday. It's our Gombe Happy Hour virtual event. And that is also up on Facebook. So we invite you guys to join us for another event. And thank you again for joining us this video. The session was recorded and we will be sharing that in our post-event email. So if there's no other questions, or if anybody wants to share resources, have a good Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Esther.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.